Is Bitcoin dead?
Well, I don't know if it's dead yet, but it's dying. And as far as Bitcoin's future, I don't think it really has one.
He's a well-known economist and financial commentator. He's been one of the most vocal critics of Bitcoin. But what does Peter Schiff really think about the future of cryptocurrency?
The big problem with Bitcoin is it's not money and it's not really currency. It's just a digital token, and it has no actual value other than the fact that people believe it has value.
Peter Schiff argues that Bitcoin is not a real currency and that it is a speculative bubble that has burst and will continue to dwindle.
Before they had fiat currency, we had legitimate currency. And the difference between actual currency and fiat currency is that when you have real currency, it's backed by money, right? So what is the money that gives currency value? Well, money is a commodity. In the United States, legally, money was gold or silver. So gold or silver was our money. But instead of carrying around your gold, you could carry around paper currency that was backed by that gold.
You can't do that with Bitcoin. There's no historic relationship between the price of Bitcoin and the price of anything else. There's no way to know, how much should a Bitcoin be worth versus a bushel of wheat. There's just absolutely no way. I mean, you can't do anything with it. But the market can make a judgment about how much an ounce of gold is worth relative to a bushel of wheat. You can make that relative price.
He also claims that Bitcoin is a tool for criminals and a threat to national security. While it's true that Bitcoin has been associated with illegal activities, it's important to note that this is true of any currency, digital or physical. In fact, the anonymous nature of Bitcoin can make it a valuable tool for individuals living under oppressive regimes. It can also be useful for those seeking to protect their assets from government seizure. Despite Peter Schiff's criticisms, Bitcoin has continued to gain popularity and acceptance among investors and businesses. Its value has also risen dramatically over the years, although right now it is almost 1/3 of its all-time high. Many big companies like Microsoft, Tesla, and Visa have accepted or considered accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment. And it's not just businesses. Many individuals are also investing in Bitcoin as a long-term asset. With the increasing acceptance and infrastructure for Bitcoin, it's becoming easier for individuals to buy and use the cryptocurrency. And as more people adopt Bitcoin, its value is likely to continue to rise.
How much of the nefarious action, or maybe even just ignorance that ends up hurting investors, is a sign of the times and bull markets versus you think it's industry specific? You've long talked about kind of crypto, but is it a crypto thing in your mind, or is it more so just good times and now the tide goes out and you see who's swimming naked, if you will?
Well, look, when you have easy money and you have a kind of casino-like environment in risk assets, you're going to have a lot more of that. Obviously, you're going to have more fraud, more get-rich-quick schemes, and people will have that appetite and they'll have the money in order to gamble. And of course, it feeds on itself. I mean, your neighbor starts making a bunch of money in crypto and he starts telling you how rich he is. And maybe you start to see it because he bought a brand new car or something. And so you get into it. It kind of feeds on itself. It becomes contagious. And, crypto, I think, was almost like a perfect asset for that. It had a real sexy story. When I first heard the story, I just was, I understood money too much to get taken in on it. And so I just kind of like dismissed it and didn't realize that so many people would get sucked into it. But I think the people who took large positions in Bitcoin and then did a great job of promoting it. I mean, it's a huge success story for the people who got in early and pumped this thing up and cashed out, right? So a lot of people made a bunch of money off the marketing of this, pyramid, Ponzi, chain letter, however you want to describe it. I mean, it has characteristics of all these things. But with 0% interest rates and the Fed printing all this money, that helped create the story. Like, yeah, we need an alternative to the dollar, and And oh, gold's no good. Gold's old school. Gold's analog. This is digital. It's like the internet. You know, it was all this sexy BS.
While Peter Schiff is entitled to his opinion, it's important to remember that predictions and opinions can be wrong. It's always important to do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more updates on the world of finance and investing. Also, be sure to hit the bell for updates on all our future videos. Bye-bye for now.